What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Second episode. As always, this is the Dumbest in the Room podcast. We appreciate you tuning in. Alongside me, as always, is my co-host, my best friend, my brother. You feel me? What's up, my guy?
What's up with you, man?
You feel me? I got the first episode out the way. How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling about the first episode or just in general?
I mean, shit, both really though. But I'm just excited we got that first episode out the way.
Yeah, bro. I was super nervous, like going into it, because I just didn't know how it was gonna be received. I guess, especially thinking what I was like, my point of view. Like that's not a popular opinion.
I was hella nervous. I was nervous just because I was just like, man, like when you put the headset on, it was just, you feel me? Like it just
it
kind of
became real.
What did you say that first time, bro? One of the first takes, it was like, I was like, yeah, and alongside me is my co-host.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, what's up? He was like,
I was like, I think I was like, my name's Aaron, and yep, that's it.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, my name's Aaron, and that's pretty much it. And I was like, what? Yeah, we gotta delete that one.
Yeah, we took a lot of time on that first one, but it turned out good, man. Like definitely got some cool feedback I wasn't really expecting. Like all the positivity from all the people that were supporting us. Like I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it for all the love, man. We weren't expecting all that. Yeah, no, definitely appreciate that.
For sure. We for sure got some good feedback. So we appreciate you you guys listening. Like I said, I was surprised with how many people actually was like rocking with your viewpoint.
Yeah.
A lot of people were rocking with mine, but
yeah,
I just thought there was like gonna be more of like,
yeah, no,
you feel me?
I thought I was gonna get some hate for sure.
Yeah, I feel it.
Some backlash, but like I said, like you weren't wrong in anything you said. Yours was just on a much higher scale, like the magnitude. If we're talking the Richter scale, like yours was top. Mine was
which I think is
same magnitude.
I think it was good.
Yeah,
it was good to hear both of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, you feel me? Appreciate y'all listening to that. Second episode, back at it. Yeah. Tonight, we have another topic that we disagree on, so we'll get into that. But But yeah, basically, how you been, bro? Because it's been a week since. So just to touch bases, like what you been on,
bro? Just been working, man. So Sunday through, cause I actually got work today, man.
Oh yeah, you got work today, huh? Yeah. You be working a night shift.
Yeah, 6 to 4:30, bro. But so Sunday through Thursday morning, just working, chilling. Don't really mess with the job, but there'd be some funny stuff happening, bro. You kind of work the same stuff, so you just be peeping stuff. It just be funny, bro. People be really ready to box, like people be ready to fight for no reason. But on my weekends, bro, I just be chilling, just playing PS5 on YouTube, just
yeah. You say you be watching what you be watching?
I mean, other than sports, bro, like I'm a super big Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah,
greatest artist.
You told me something the other day. I don't know if I believe it.
Yeah. First, like greatest artist. Like if anybody wants to debate that, like he's the GOAT for sure. Like easy, not even a question.
Yeah, that's not a bad take.
Yeah, but like I can for sure be hitting some of this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, So to be more clear, Aaron said that. First of all, Aaron says he can dance. I've never seen the dude dance.
Right. You're not going to just see me bust out a choreographed.
I'll bust out some shit right now.
Right. I'm sure you will. But that's just not that's just not me.
Anyways, Aaron said, what'd you say? You said you could moonwalk? You said you could hit that shit?
Yeah, because when I was a kid, so when I got my first smartphone, I was probably 13, 14. So I used to just be looking up videos, just because like I said, I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. I've watched all the documentaries, interviews.
What's your favorite song?
They Don't Care About Us.
You know what's crazy is I don't even think I know that one. Yeah. And I know a lot of Michael Jackson. So my favorite's Man in the Mirror.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so I used to be in my room really watching his concerts, his live concerts, his music videos, trying to do the dance. I used to be in my room for hours, bro, just trying to. And I got kind of solid at it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like the little kick shit he be doing that.
Bro,
the little You feel me?
The moonwalk, the little leg kick.
What about the one with it on the toes? When you get on the toes?
I don't know how you. That just seemed like it's painful, honestly. But I can. Yeah, bro. You don't believe me, but
I for sure don't believe you. But this is why we had to bring it up, because we need the people to decide. The people, y'all want to see Aaron moonwalk? Because the dude, I don't know. I've never seen it. I've never seen you dance. I need to see it. So we're gonna put a poll up.
Right. I'm hoping people don't want to see that. But if it's an actual thing, then yeah. Because I feel if when I get on, then I don't know, bro.
I mean, it's just gonna be a quick little clip.
Yeah, it's gonna be a quick one for sure.
And then we're just
gotta get the right song. yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see that. So just go ahead. We're gonna post that. Y'all gonna have to just smash that yes button because we need to see dude try to hit that. You feel me?
Yeah.
But enough with that. You feel me? Just touching back in with y'all. We hope y'all had a good week. All that good stuff.
Sure.
Yeah. So tonight, one of the things we talking about. It's another one that we disagree on. Um, it's a little more serious, but it's always interesting when we disagree on topics because a lot of stuff we just be agreeing on, which is cool.
Right.
But you can only go so far with that, right? So tonight it's about our beliefs, specifically like like what we believe in with faith and whatnot. So it's essentially religion versus spirituality. Me being more spiritual, Aaron being religious, and kind of just where we defer, if you will.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll start off first because mine's a little shorter and not too much explaining to go into it. Like, I'll definitely tell you guys my background in it first. But I'm a Christian. I've been a Christian for as long as I can remember, honestly. My family, we used to go to church every Sunday. So, my mom, dad, me, my brother, my sister, used to go to church every Sunday, like Bible studies, all that.
Did your like parents still be going to church or no? 'Cause I know you don't really, right?
I think sometimes like it's not like an every Sunday thing, but I think
I always see you like you always pray before every meal.
Yeah. But yeah, we used to from a young age always go to church. So we grew up in that household. Me, my brother, my sister. Um, Parents are extremely religious. My mom's like kind of like the biggest influence on me because my dad, like I said, he's religious as well, but he's kind of like me. He's like super quiet, like kind of reserved, like I am. But my mom,
can he hit the moonwalk?
I don't know, bro. You kind of gotta be a certain type of athlete to do that. Like my dad wasn't like he was an athlete, but
He played baseball, right?
Yeah, he's an older dude now. But
shout out pops.
Yeah, so kind of growing up, seeing my mom like how devout she was in it, and like her faith was like a very very big impact on me. Really influenced me. Because like I've told you this, I used to like go downstairs sometimes like maybe 4 or 5 in the morning. She used to be down at like the table reading her Bible, highlighting, taking notes, all that. So real big influence in my life. Just growing up in that kind of household.
For sure.
Yeah. So, but where we differ is obviously you grew up in that as well, but you kind of changed.
So I'll get into what I am. My mom, she's also very religious. She's a Christian. She be doing the same thing, like the whole like taking notes, always taking notes, reading her daily bread and whatnot. But yeah, so me personally, I'm just more spiritual. To be more specific, I believe in Kemetic spirituality, which is basically just the teachings of Kemet, which goes back to Kemet is essentially what Egypt is now. It's just what they used to call it. But the teachings of what they were teaching back then, and it's just really just a lot more spiritual in the sense of like there's not necessarily one God. It's they have multiple gods where they do have like a sun god, they do have like an earth god, but sometimes people get concerned or they get like weirded out when they hear like, oh, there's multiple gods. But as I've told you, like it's more so just like an analogy where it's like they were saying the sun god, but they were just praising the sun,
Right.
or they were saying the earth god Jeb, but they're just praising earth, or like there's a bunch of gods, like there's a bunch, even for like not even just like nature, but like principles,
Right.
I'm trying to think of some I can't off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm still learning. So like a lot of the stuff that I be speaking on, like I try not to be so uh, like factual with it because I might not be wrong, but like I'm just still learning. There's a lot to it. Anyways, though, like I'm just way more big on like spirituality in the sense of life, nature, like the energy, if that makes sense, like what can be felt,
Right.
because like energy. I'm huge on energy, like the vibes and shit, like.
Yeah.
Like
I mess with vibes too.
You know the vibes. No, just playing. But like word though, you feel me? Like
Yeah.
you can kind of feel a lot of stuff,
for sure.
So yeah, I'm big on that. But yeah, like you said, like I did grow up in a Christian household. My mom super Christian, super religious. We go to church every Sunday and whatnot. But the reason why I like went off of that path, so to speak, was because probably around like middle school or whatever, I just got to the age where I realized like, all right, I'm going to church right every week. or I'm praying before every meal, but why am I doing this?
Right.
Am I just doing it just because I think I should be?
Right.
Because like I told you, like, bro, like praying before every meal, like I would be rushing through the prayer just so I could smack down on the double cheeseburger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my mouth be watering while I'm praying, and that's not right. You feel me? Like I just feel like I got to a point where I'm like, all right, bro, like you don't even Raven, like you don't even mean it. Like you're just praying just to pray, or you're going to church just because you think that's what you should be doing. When another story, like I always tell people, like me and my sister and my brother, we'd be up in church. My mom's paying attention to the pastor or the preacher, and then we're over here like just clowning. Like we're over here like jotting down like how many times the preacher said God, how many times the preacher said Jesus, like making like games and shit because we're so bored.
Right.
So I got to a certain age where I was like, man, like I'm doing a disgrace to the religion. Let me do my own research. Right. So I just kind of had to go on my own journey, and that's what I came up with. And I can get more into it later, but that's kind of the basis of what it is. But like I said, like religion is really good teachings. Like I said, I was raised on that, and I feel like for the most part, it's definitely a great guideline of like how to live, if you will. I mean, I don't know. You kind of touch on that more, but yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah. So I mean, like I've always kind of told you since like the first time we kind of had this discussion, and the many times we've had this discussion.
True.
I think you kind of like leaning towards kind of what I believe. Obviously, you're not ready to say like, yeah, no, like I believe in like that God created. Like I get that, but like,
I'd be wanting to hear like I always like to hear what you say though too when you say that because you do say that like I think you're leaning towards, and I'm like in my head I'm like I don't think so, bro. Like I know what you are saying because like one of the things that I always say and one of the teachings of Kemetic spirituality is the principle of like the unknown, right? Where we say like we don't know. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, like we believe in eternalness, we believe in this and that, but one of the principles is the unknown, where it's like we don't claim to know what's out there, where we don't claim to know how, like we just there's no us saying like this is what happened. Right. Like there is with certain stuff, but like when it gets to the bigger picture of it, like who created this and whatnot, like it's just that's what I like. I like the fact that it's just like no, like we don't know, we don't claim to know anything.
Right. And my thing with that is like I feel what you're saying, and like when people say stuff like that, like I get why you would, but I brought this point up to you before. Like everything, in my opinion, is just so perfect that it's kind of like I know you don't believe in coincidence, but it's like dog, like me and you, like there's obviously there's similarities, like in what we like. That's why we're friends. Like we have like similar interests, but like how everybody's created, like no, not one person is the same. So it's like with all these people on Earth, like not one person is the same. Like everybody has their distinct differences, like fingerprints and stuff. Like not one person has the same. Like I have a twin sister. We don't have the same fingerprint. Mm-hmm. Like everybody is super different. Or like when you just look outside and you see all this stuff, it's like dog. Like it's like how do you like explain
I hear
that?
You. So, I hear you. I think that's one of the things that we agree on. Where it's like if you look at maybe like an atheist or something, where like they don't believe in anything.
Yeah.
I can't get down with that. Yeah. I would love to hear them out for sure. Yeah. But me personally, it's like I agree with you on that because it's like there's no way that all this is just like oh yeah, this is here. Like nah, bro. Like this is not a coincidence. Like right. Like I said, the fact that I can wake up in the morning and have my eyesight and be blessed to have my health. And then, like you even said to me, I think a couple of days ago about like the sun, right? With the whole it being perfect, yeah, like, it's the perfect distance. Yeah, if it was too close,
we burn to death. If it was a little further away, we probably freeze.
Right.
So like, it's just like stuff like that. It's like there's no way somebody can really tell me like, and this is just my obviously people don't believe it, but like that's why I think God he's the creator of everything. Like to me, I think it's like an obvious like come on, man, but. Yeah, like if it was a little closer, we burn to death. If it was a little further away, we freeze. Like, how is it in that right spot?
What do they call the divine? Like it's like the perfect. Like no. So I agree with you on that. I just don't agree with you when it's like saying like God, like when you're just saying that He did it, right? Because like I said, I'm saying I don't know, but I understand the beauty of it and I respect it, and I understand that there is something that's a higher power. For sure. I don't know what it is, but so I for sure agree with you on that.
And that's kind of like because you have like actual problems with like Like,
So
yeah, what are those? Because I think that's more like
right,
because I can kind of go off of that.
yeah. So I wouldn't say they're problems. I would say like my concerns, or not my
Okay.
concerns, my qualms, right? Qualms, you feel
Yeah.
me? Um, with religion, but in your instance, Christianity. There's a couple of them, and one is the big one I always say is that I don't like how religion, for the most part, is always bound by a set of rules.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, the Bible, right?
Right.
Or you get the Torah or the Quran or whatever it may be, right? When it's like it's bound by this book or it's bound by this set of rules that that really man created, right? I understand that they say the Bible like God told, like whoever wrote the Bible to do that,
Right.
but I just never liked that thought process of like I'm bound by these set of rules where it's like we've talked about the whole stealing thing, right? Or
Yeah.
like I understand like there's certain things that are wrong, like the Ten Commandments, like thou shalt not kill, whatever, all this stuff. But when you're telling me that if this person is gay, they're going to hell, that's where I'm like, come on, like I don't really get that. I know you have another point to bring to that, the whole
Like
judging thing, right?
yeah. So I mean, I think um, like when people say
Like I'm sure there's some stuff in the Bible that maybe you don't agree with. I don't know.
I mean, I kind of just bring it to like the whole judging thing. I think that's a really big like thing. So when people say, because I think people interpret their religion how they like their
How they live their life.
yeah how they live their life like their world view pretty much. So like a lot of people, I don't think a lot like people know, but like the KKK, like I brought this up to you, like they say they're a Christian organization. I think right. It's funny, like it's funny, but like a lot, like because I've watched like interviews, like I watch a lot of weird stuff, bro. But like a lot of like interviews, and they're like, nah, like we're a Christian organization, like an organization, and like somebody was one of the people on the thing said, um, Pangea, like before everything, like
Yeah, like
split.
when it was just one continent.
Yeah, he was like the reason. I think he said the reason that like everything like spread out and like split was because God never intended for like races, like different races to like mix.
I saw that. That
Yeah,
was manny to me.
yeah, that's pretty wild. But like, it's crazy because it's like they will swear up and down that they're a Christian organization,
That shit's crazy,
right?
bro.
So I think a lot of people like interpret it differently. So like when people say like abortion or gay marriage, like oh yeah, no, like you're wrong, you're going to hell for that, like you're a bad person. Like my thing is like I can disagree with you on certain things. Like it's like hey, like I don't think that's right, but like when you judge somebody, it's like dog, like that's
Yeah, nah, but that's why I always say like I respect that you have that view on it of where you can differentiate the two, where
right.
you can say that
Like I could
yeah,
think
that says that you're not supposed to be gay in the Bible, but then it also says don't judge.
right.
So you're not going to judge, right?
Yeah, like I give the example like
But
when
that's not that's not the case with a lot of
yeah,
religious folk. I feel
yeah.
like they
Like a lot
just
of people get like super offended, like, yo, like this you're not supposed to be doing this. Like it's like, all right, bro, well that shit you just did yesterday, you wasn't supposed to be doing that. But like,
and
come on
that
now.
could go on for days,
Right.
right? For
My thing
hours.
is if you're judging somebody for what they did wrong, like if you say you're a Christian and you know that you're a sinner and you do a lot of these things wrong on the daily, because like people sin on the daily. If God was to condemn you for that one thing you did, and it's like why are you condemning somebody else for doing something that you may not agree with and think is wrong? But like, come on now, I
Yeah,
just don't.
I just think a lot of people are like super righteous, like they just or like they try to be
Yeah,
super righteous with it, where it's like they're just using it, like they're
yeah,
just using it, or like I say, like the whole one of the reasons why I don't really subscribe to that is because of like I feel like a lot of people just are religious or they practice religious beliefs because they think they should. Like they think
yeah,
that that's like which is good. I mean, like in a sense, I guess
yeah.
But like I don't know. I think that can be dangerous too. Where it's like that's why I kind of was like, nah, let me go ahead and just do my own research and
Yeah,
then you
but
know what I'm
like
saying.
the rules, like I think because we had that discussion about the stealing. I wouldn't say it got heated, but like it was a pretty intense conversation. So,
yeah, no, I would be interested to hear what the people think about that.
Yeah, so I don't know if you want me to bring it up, like what the scenario was. Actually, yeah, you tell your experience first because you stole some Rolos, which is you're stealing Rolos. If you're gonna steal anything, like I'm not saying steal because like obviously it's wrong, but if you're about to steal a candy and you say, "Yo, I'm about to bag these Rolos," and when there's Skittles, Starburst, and other juicier candies on the side, and you say, "I'm messing with these Rolos," you're suspect.
First of all, I don't like the fact that you just said juicy candies.
Yeah, nah, I'm a big fan of juicy candies.
I know. I see you. I see you on the daily. You just be.
Yeah. I shouldn't have said juicy. I should have said fruity. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like that. So, anyways, let's backtrack, right? Because you just outed me for no reason, and well, there's a reason, but I was a kid. Probably like I don't even know. I was a kid, but it had to be like before middle school. And yeah, me and my moms, me and my moms were in a little liquor store or whatever. This is when I used to live in Willits up north. And we go to the counter. I think we get like milk or whatever, right? And then like there's some Rolos, right? Like the little 25-cent pieces. You feel me? And like I like Rolos. I fuck with Rolos. Like I mean, I don't see why you'd be hating on Rolos, but whatever. I was like, let me get some Rolos. But in my head, I'm like thinking like in our current like the way we grew up, like we didn't have that much money. Like I'm not gonna ask my mom. Like I just didn't want to ask her because I already knew like we couldn't really afford it, even though it's 25 cents. Like that's still though. Like you feel me? Like when you're a kid and you just ask and ask, like it's just I understood that. But I also knew in the same sense though, is if I did ask my mom, she would have said yes.
Right.
That's just the type of woman she is. Like she wasn't gonna look me in the face and be like, no, you can't have that 25-cent piece of Rolo.
Right.
But me, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just a kid. I was like, swoop, swoop, right. 5-finger discount, right? I just swoop.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm like proud of it right now. But like, yeah, no, I was just like, you feel me? Like that's me.
Right.
So like, I grabbed a couple, right?
Right.
And yeah, I mean, it goes back to me like, yes, because you asked me that, like, so you're like, oh, so you knew it was wrong? I'm like, yeah, no, I knew it was wrong, but the reason for why I did it, like, I still stand by that, you know? Right. And I think that's a point you...
Right. So my thing is, and what I said about that is, like, I don't want anybody to think I'm perfect. Like, I've stolen things in my life that I shouldn't, like when I was a kid, all that stuff. Like, I'm not perfect. I do wrong things on the day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I gave you the example, or I said, okay, well, now think about if you were like older and you had to like provide for your family, because obviously people are gonna like when people say, okay, it was like a 10-year-old stealing a Rolo that's 25 cents. It's not like he was stealing $1 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how I look at it is, and you don't like how religion is like bound by a set of rules.
Correct.
So me being a Christian, I look at the Ten Commandments. Obviously, there's more like rules that like things you shouldn't do that aren't in that, but it kind of all stems from those 10. Right?
Yeah. Like that's like the thou shalt not kill.
Yeah. Okay. And one of them is you shouldn't steal.
Okay.
So my thing is it doesn't say like you shouldn't steal $1 million. It doesn't say you shouldn't. It doesn't say what amount is okay to steal. It just says you shouldn't steal, and you stole, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, when we pass away, I think everybody's gonna be judged. I think you're gonna stand in the line, and then when it's your turn, you're gonna be judged.
Judgment Day.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think when you get to the line, he's gonna say, "All right, Raven, now back to when you were 10, when you went to the liquor store with your mom, you stole these Rolos. I get why you stole the Rolos, because you didn't want to ask your mom for the money, so you're good. You're cool off that." And then I brought up the example of, okay, well, say you're older now, you're 35 with the family.
Why? So you don't think that's gonna be
I don't think he's
excused.
No.
Yeah, because it's still stealing.
Right. So like even a better example, like you're 35, family, 2 kids, whatever, wife, kid. Mm-hmm. You guys can't eat. So you're in the store like, yo, my wife and my 2 kids, they're hungry. They can't eat. Yeah. I'm gonna steal whatever. I'm gonna steal this bread. I'm gonna steal this frozen chicken so we can make it.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Right. So again, I don't think you're gonna get to the line, do your judgment, and he's gonna say, Raven, like you stole this bread for your family because they couldn't eat. I understand why you stole it, so you're good.
See, so I mean, I obviously understand what you're saying. Stealing is stealing. It's kind of like our last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Though it does can you be racist towards white people?
Right.
It's like even if you can be like even if you can't, even if it's just on such small scale,
right?
It's still you still can. That's what you were saying,
correct?
Essentially,
yeah.
And same shit with this, right? So it's like, yeah, you stole a Rolo, or you stole bread. Like you didn't steal fucking
somebody's car.
Yeah, the Declaration of Independence. Like
weird, very weird.
Shut
example.
up, Nick Cage.
Right.
But anyways, like it's not the same, right? But it's still stealing. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So my thing is like I get that wholeheartedly, but just goes back to me, bro. Like it just goes back to me. I think there's a lot more to it. I don't think it has to be so black and white. I know that you're religious, so like maybe that it is for you, but for me it's not, right? Because I'm posing the same question to you.
Right.
If your family, your wife, your kids could not eat and you're starving, you're not going to steal that bread?
So my thing is, and like I said, like I don't want anybody to think like, oh, he just thinks he's perfect, like he doesn't do anything wrong. Like, nah, bro. Like I
yeah, you've done some out of pocket shit.
Right, absolutely. On the daily, like I do things wrong. Like even like a bad thought, it's like, bro, like what?
Yeah.
But so my thing is, would I be enticed to steal it? And like I can't even say like I wouldn't take it, like because I get like why, like I understand why you would, because that's your family, that's what you're thinking about. So you're probably not thinking like before you steal it, like this is wrong. All you're thinking about, my family needs to eat. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to feed my family. Right. I get that. So would I fall victim to that? Probably, because I'm not trying to go home, see my two kids like, Dad, like I'm hungry, or my wife say like, yo, like we haven't eaten. I get it. All I'm saying is, like if I was really thinking about it like beforehand, and I was like, dog, like this isn't right, because like my mom, like I said, my mom's like a super big influence on like how I am now, my belief and my spirituality.
Yeah, shout out moms.
Yeah, so she would always tell me, because like I used to get like super down on myself, like lack confidence, all that. Like when something used to go wrong, I used to like really beat myself up. So she used to just always tell me like God wouldn't put you through or like let you experience something that He knew you couldn't handle. Right. So I think that's very relevant to what we're talking about now. So if your family is like, yeah, it's tough, and like I said, like I'm not saying I wouldn't fall victim to that, because I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But I believe that God wouldn't put you through anything that you couldn't handle. I believe God always does His part. So He.
What do you mean, like can't handle them? Because people be dying every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when you say like can't handle, like what does that entail? Because there's people out there that are dying from starvation, but I'm not saying God put them through that, but they're dying from starvation. Right. So you're saying that He's not going to put you anything that you can't handle. Well, these people are dying; they couldn't handle it, but they're still put through it.
Right. So you want me to talk on like the bigger scale, or you just want me to stay?
Well, no, I'm just saying like with the whole thing is like I understand like me stealing the Rolo, me stealing bread, right? Whatever example it may be. I understand.
Oh, you're just asking like why these bad things happen?
Well, that too. I definitely want you to answer that. But I'm just saying that I think that can be both. Where I can say that yes, stealing is wrong, and I can still steal. And I think that for you, that's not right. Not what it is.
Yeah, like knowing stealing, because like I think like when you get that feeling like you're about to take a piece of candy that you know you're not supposed to be taking, and you get that feeling like, yo, I shouldn't be doing this. I think that's just Him saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? This isn't it.
Okay, but I hear you. So yeah, go ahead and answer that other question, because you said that God wouldn't put you through something that you couldn't handle, but then these people are dying of starvation.
So I can tell you why I think like these bad things like be happening.
And let's just to be clear, let's just say like sometimes I'd be playing devil's advocate, right? I'm not over here saying like these bad things happen because of God. I don't want people to think that at all. I just think that these are some of the things that people do say. You know, I don't think that at all.
So I would just have to like say why I think the things happen. So the origin, like you're like the origin story, like the Adam and Eve type. You familiar with that, right?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent, like how
they got deceived
and the apple.
Right. So just to keep it like quick on that front. So Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, serpent comes down, says, "Yo, eat this apple. It smacks." Beforehand, God was like, "Yo, you can do whatever you want. You can eat of any tree, whatever you want, just not this one in particular. Don't mess with this one."
Right.
Right. then serpent comes down and is like, nah, bro, like, what's he talking about? Like, dog, this is fire. Like, what are you talking about? This is fire. Take this. They take it, eat it.
Yeah.
Before that, like, they were naked, right? Like,
yeah.
They didn't. And then once they like took a bite of it, they realized they were naked, and they're like, oh, like,
Yeah, they're embarrassed and shit.
Right. So I think that because everything was like perfect before, like there was nothing wrong, like absolutely nothing wrong. And then that kind of goes back to the free will thing. Like God wanted to stop him, could stop him if you want, but he gives you the choice to do right or wrong. So he's gonna let you essentially. I don't want to say dig your own grave, but like you can do whatever you want, but there's gonna be consequences for it, right? So I think, excuse me, I think that essentially is kind of like the because.
No, I mean I hear you.
Yeah, so it's
because I always ask you about the whole free will thing too. Because I go back and forth with this because I'm big on, like I said, my spirituality. Like I'm big on energy. I'm big on faith. And a lot of times when people hear me say that I'm big on faith, I have faith. It gets cloudy because I'm like, when I say faith, I don't mean faith in the sense of like your faith, where it's like, oh, like I know he's up there. I just mean faith in the sense of like everything's gonna be okay. Like I said, if you can make it through the night, there's a brighter day. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so I have faith in that sense. But with the whole free will thing, it's like I always go back and forth because I'm like, well, everything that happens is supposed to happen. I think like everything that happens, like it's meant to be. Like it's gonna be okay. But then in the same sense, like yeah, no, you can make your own decisions.
Yeah, so and that's why I think God is all knowing. Like he knows the outcomes of everything, but he gives you that ability to like create. Like he knows, like 6 years from now, Aaron's gonna decide to propose to this girl. They're gonna have 7 kids, and that life's gonna be great for them. But then he'll also know, like 7 years from now, Aaron's gonna totally screw up this relationship, and he's just gonna.
But he's not gonna do. He's not gonna interfere. He's not gonna interfere.
Yeah, I don't really think like I think he can show you like he can, and that's I think that's a part of like having a relationship with God because I think God speaks to people in many different ways. So I think he shows people things, but at the end of the day, it is up to you. Like he gives you the decision to, you can do this, you can do this.
I hear you. So okay, so another thing that I would say, quote unquote problem I have, right, is like I understand having faith is huge, but at some point it's like and like I said, I don't want to be disrespectful and stuff because and the people out there that are devout and whatnot in their beliefs, but it's like the evidence, right? I always say this when I explain my beliefs. Sometimes it gets confusing because I think it's pretty intricate, right? Where what did I say? Like I think like sometimes with religion, it's not like I don't want to say a cop out, but it's just so simple. It's so simple for you to say, oh yeah, no, like there's a dude in the sky, like he just created this, and like yeah, no, like we're good. To me, it's like I don't know, like I think I said I don't know if I said it earlier this episode or told you earlier or whatever, but one of the teachings of Kemetic spiritualism or spirituality is like one of the principles they have like four main principles, if you will, but each one has like male principles, female principles, whatever. But one of them is the unknown, and it's like there's eternalness and the unknown, and then there's the other two. But the unknown for me is what really like actually like really drew me towards that because I like the fact that we're not claiming to know anything, right? Like we don't know. Like I understand that, like we said earlier, I understand that all this is beautiful. Like there is for sure something bigger than us. Like we didn't like something had to create us, right? Something had to create us. Like that's just super simple. I feel like that's like an atheist. Like that's why I'm like interested to hear what they say. So I'm like, well, who created you then, bro? You know? But for me, it's like when you say that, oh, there's a dude in the sky or whatever that did this or whatever. I don't know what, really what other religions be saying too much, but that's where I'm like sometimes I'm like I don't know. And I get that that's where the faith comes in.
Yeah. So pretty much it's just like that's where the faith. Because for me, and I think it's if you have that kind of personal relationship, like it's just so much more.
Like I'm sure that you have, and I've had my spiritual, like my spiritual things that have happened to me. Like my spirit, I don't know what to call them, but like I've had things that where I see them, I feel them, and I'm like, I feel really
my thing is like for me, it's just like dog, like me personally, I could just like feel like the love, and it's just like a feeling, like, and I really don't know how to explain it, but like it's just
Well, like you even say too, just like waking up and stuff.
yeah, just like little stuff that you'll take for granted, like looking outside and like seeing everything, like the whole sun thing that we talked about, like how it's in the exact right spot, like how everybody has a distinct difference. Like you can have a twin like who's supposed to be identical to you, but you have different fingerprints. Like it's
No, I'm with you on that for sure. Like the whole like waking up thing, and I get that. Even like with you, how you said like you being an athlete, and like
yeah,
people be like, oh, you're like
yeah, like how people cause shout out to Arian Foster for sure, like
yeah, for sure.
one of like the biggest inspirations like for this podcast. But
What now?
yeah, he says that he hates when people say
Or now what? I don't know. I might have
yeah the now what
Yeah, my bad.
he says because he's a former NFL running back. I don't know if y'all know who Arian Foster is, but he was one of the coldest running backs like in his prime for sure. But he says he hates when people say you were blessed with all that like with your talent. And like I understand like how some people could like I guess take offense to that because I guess it makes him feel like he didn't work or put the work in, and I don't think that's what people are saying. But there's like, for example, LeBron James, crazy athlete, but like not everybody. Like you can work as hard as you want, but some people just aren't ever going to be 6'9", 260.
Right, and that's I think
That's a blessing.
Yeah, the term like God given, right?
Right, for sure. So like once you yeah, he definitely has like a skill set that he worked for that like if you put the like amount of hours he put in, you could get, but like yo, like you're not gonna come out 6'9", 260. Like that's not
You're still given those tools.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Just
yeah,
like
I'm the same way, and I feel like I always with this example, I always bring it back to the race thing. I'm like I was born white. Like that doesn't mean it's bad to be born a different race, but in America, I was born white. Like I'm already winning.
Right.
Like I'm a step up. Like if we racing, I got a head start. You feel me? And I'm a man, you know. And then on top of that, like I said, born in America, first world country. Like I wasn't born in a third world country, you know. So like I think that's important for sure. Where it's like I may not believe in what you believe in, but I do believe that like this isn't a coincidence, bro. Like that's and it's almost to me it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's very disrespectful to me if you're just saying like, yeah, no, like this I was just born. Born. Like, bro, nah, bro. Like you were blessed.
Yeah, something else that kind of because I think you brought it up as well because you know I believe in heaven and hell, and you were like, or I've heard this from I don't know if it was you, so sorry if it's not, but I've heard this from a couple people. Like they say, well, if I'm just a good person and I do all the right things, like why do I really need that personal relationship with God? Because I'm doing all the right things. I'm not being a bad person. I can still get to heaven. And for me, it's like I mean that's definitely a part of it. Like you can't just be on some extreme wild shit and then you know what I mean. But I mean, you have something.
Yeah. No, so it just because it made me. I wasn't the one who said that.
Yeah.
But hearing you say it, it's interesting, and it made me think. Like
low key.
Yeah, no. It made me think of this. Like, if you're not religious, like let's say me, right? Let's say I do the exact same things that you do in your life, then you do the exact same things in me. That we both live the exact same life. Let's say that, right?
But see, I'm sorry, but we're not living the same exact life. You don't have that relationship.
No, that's my point, right? So that was exactly what I was going to say. So I'm saying if me and you live the same exact life in the sense of we do the same things, where it's like I'm not stealing, you're not stealing, we're doing the same stuff, right? Sure. But then the difference is I don't believe in God,
right?
But you do. Yeah. That's what you're saying. I'm not going to heaven.
So my thing is, and I think I brought this up to you before. If just think like me and you.
I'm not saying that I'm not either. Like I'm not saying I'm not saying that I am. I'm just saying that was what you're saying, and that's a very interesting point.
Right. I mean that's what I believe you have to have that personal relationship.
I do too.
So
you got to believe in something. Like
I'll just give you this, I guess, analogy you can say. So if you're trying to come to my house, right? Mm-hmm. You're like, yo, Aaron, let me come over. We can hop on sticks and do whatever we're about to do. Yeah. You're like, how do I get there? And I say, all right, you got to take a left on east, take a right on west after 5 miles, and then keep going straight down the street for like 10 minutes, and then you're there. And then you say, sounds good, but I'm gonna take a right on East, go straight for like 8 miles, and then go 20 minutes down the road, and then I'll be there. I think a lot of people would say, "What are you talking about, Raven? That's not how he told you to get to his house. You're not going to be at his house.
You're not following.
Those aren't the directions he gave you."
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of liken that to the Bible. It's telling you how to spend eternity with him, like how to live, right?
Yeah.
But when people say, you know what, that sounds good, but I'm gonna live my life like this, and I'm gonna still get there. I don't agree with that because it's literally telling you, like, if somebody gave you directions to their house and you said, "Nah, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna still end up there," you would look crazy. You would look at them crazy because it's like, dog, that's not how I told you to get to my house.
Well, two things I would say to that. One is I agree that you have to have that relationship, but that's why I think that you just have to believe in something. I don't care if you're Christian or Catholic or spiritual, whatever. You have to have that. You have to believe in something, in my opinion. But then, yeah, then you can follow whatever path you need to follow to do that. But that's what I think it starts from. It just starts from having something to believe in because I agree with you. I mean, if you're telling me to get to your house and giving me these directions, but then I go a different route, I could still end up at your house though, I ain't gonna lie. But the difference is that because like me and you, when we have these debates on like spiritualism and religion, a lot of stuff we agree on.
Yeah.
But the way we get there is different.
Yeah.
But so I think that you can get to the same destination taking different paths. But the part I agree with you on is that I mean, your heaven might be different than my heaven. You know.
Right.
So I mean, I feel what you're saying, and I feel like, but that's another like qualm I have with religions. Like people just be doing what they want, thinking it's good.
And my thing is like, I'm not trying to say that like people don't like stray from the path or the directions because everybody strays from the path, but eventually you have to get back on that. Like if you miss a turn, like when you be driving, you got your little Google Maps or whatever, and you like, damn, I was supposed to take a left right there. I kept going straight. You're going to turn around and do what the directions say.
Yeah.
So that's my point. So like you can stray from the path for sure. You can like it. I'm not saying like if you take a wrong turn, if you keep going straight for 15 minutes instead of 10, you can't get there. But eventually, you're going to have to get back on that path and follow those directions. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Okay. So another one I have for you is that, and feel free if you have, questions to me about mine. I know mine's like a little more broader.
Yeah.
But just with like Christianity or whatever, I've touched on it before a little bit. But like, what do you say though when people are like, okay, well, Christianity, like that's not like the first religion. Like there's been religions before Christianity, and that's even one of the things why I believe in what I believe in, the Kemetic spirituality, because it dates back to Kemet, Egypt. Like that's one of the first civilizations ever. So to me, it makes sense too. Like you've heard me say this before, right? Like I believe the black woman is God. I believe that like the first human on earth is black. Like I think that that's where civilization started, and I think that that's a big reason why I like to practice those teachings because it's kind of like some of the first stuff that was happening. Right. And I think with religion, a lot of times stuff gets regurgitated where it's almost the same thing, just a different spin on it. So I'm always interested to hear somebody that's like.
So for that, like, because I'm not too well, I'm not very educated in too many different religions. So I guess I'll have to like, what do you think is the first, you know what I mean? Like first religion.
Right.
Because I know you think the black woman is God, and you like you asked me the whole Jesus thing. Like, do I think like Jesus and God was white, or Jesus because Jesus was the one here on earth?
Yeah, that's another thing. Like you be seeing these pictures and these, like the way that it's portrayed, like in the West, or at least
everybody's just white. Everybody's white.
It's just white, bro.
Like when Jesus you're in white. School, bro. Like
God is a white man with a white beard.
Surprised they didn't make MLK white in the books.
Damn, bro, you ain't even lying though, huh? Like, you know what I heard? I heard something too about how like we always see the MLK pictures in black and white, and they do that on purpose to like use that as a tactic to think like, oh, it was a long time ago. When it's like, no, there's pictures and videos of MLK in color. Like we don't need to show the black and white ones. right?
But yeah, no, like I think because like where it was taking place, like I think
Was it like Jerusalem?
Yeah, I think Jesus was a minority. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's like, I think that should be way more accepted. Like that's pretty
Yeah,
much what it is.
absolutely. But if you say that, just like when people used to like, nah, bro, Santa Claus is black. People used to be like, people used to get pressed. People used to be ready to box. It's like, dog.
The movement you just did.
Yeah, bro.
That's
People really get, like super pressed. Like, nah, bro, Santa Claus is black. They look at you like, dog. Like, I'll really box you right now. Like, no, he's not.
They get pressed, and that's the thing why I'm like, bro, religion is mangy to me, bro, because it's like people be getting so pressed, and I think it's what you said at the beginning of the episode. People be living their shit through their own worldview. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's a trip because I'm like, you just see these white people like Jesus white, God white. Like I said, like back in grade school, you open up the textbook and when you read about the Egyptians, white. It's like, how dare y'all? Like, these people were not like white. I mean, you did have a lot of people like migrating and whatnot. So I'm not saying it's like just only
but it's just
dark skinned people. But
when it comes to like somebody like Jesus being, if somebody says like, yeah, no, I think he was a minority, like just basing off where everything took place and where he was born, it would kind of make sense. But then it's just kind of
But now to answer your question about the like, well, give me a religion, Raven, that came before Christianity. I don't know. I mean, like, I'd have to look it up. But even like my belief, the whole Kemetic spirituality. I mean, like I said, like that's one of the big reasons why I subscribe to it, if you will, is because like Egypt, Africa is like one of the first civilizations. Like I don't, like I don't know, like I don't know any religion that came before Christianity, but I'm like 99% sure that there is. Like I don't think Christianity is like the one that like started it off. You know, like I mean, like I should have my facts right. Like I should actually look that up, but you know what I'm saying? Like I just am interested to hear because like there's so many religions, right?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
So basically, an easier or another way to put it is like, what do you say to other religions? Do y'all be saying like, nah, y'all wrong?
Nah. So I mean, me personally, no. I think a lot of people would, and that's kind of like the whole judgment thing, or looking at somebody different, or looking at them like they're just not that good of, or kind of like a good person because they're believing something else. Me personally, I don't like if I don't agree with what you're saying, like I'm not gonna judge you for believing what you believe. But me personally, because like I always say, like I don't think it's my job to force anybody to believe in what I believe, but I'm not gonna shy away from speaking on my beliefs or telling you my experiences and things like that. Like if people want to hear about it, or somebody asks me like, yo, like you believe in that for what? Like I'm gonna go into detail why I believe in that, my experiences for as much as I know, because like I said, I'm still growing in my relationship with the Lord. But yeah, no, I don't look at people and like, dog, you're wrong. Like I don't want to associate with you. Like one of my like one of my good friends. Like I mean, obviously me and you are like best friends, like very good friends. You don't believe in what I believe. One of my other good friends is an atheist.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't.
That's interesting. I've always been intrigued by atheists. Like I said, like not believing in anything is But I want to hear him out.
Yeah,
so,
no,
I want to actually. I do want to talk to somebody.
It's an interesting conversation for sure.
Because I just would feel like it's not going to get very far. Because like with me and you, at least I can harp on my beliefs. You can harp on your beliefs. Like with them, like
it's kind of just like, does it just stop? Like, yo, like this is what I believe. This is what I believe.
It's interesting.
Like, nah, bro. Like, nah.
So I looked it up. It says Hinduism is the world's oldest religion, according to many scholars, with roots and customs dating back more than 4,000 years. Today, with about 900 million followers, Hinduism is the third largest religion behind Christianity and Islam.
Yeah.
So it says Hinduism is the oldest one, but it does say like Christianity and
is the leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like a lot of people, that's just kind of what people.
But I think that's another point why I say too. I feel like you have a lot of people who
just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah. No, absolutely for sure.
And I don't think that's necessarily I think it can be a bad thing, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing because hey, I'm all for like if you're doing something just strictly off of because you think you should. I think that's dangerous, but I also think that's fine. Like that's because you're probably gonna. I don't think it's fine, but I think it's like some good can come of that. Like I always, this is so weird.
So if you start trying to live like that, like what do you mean?
Yeah, like if they're practicing not stealing,
okay,
because they think they should, I'm like all for it, right? Because like one thing I always like always think about, which is so weird to me. When I see homeless people, I always try to give them food. Ooh. I try not to give them money, right? But it's like I'll give them money sometimes, but usually it's always food, right? But sometimes I always think to my head, I'm like, I'll just do it just because I know I should. But then I'll get on myself. I'm like, man, like I don't, because I usually when I give, like when I interact with homeless people, I try to like talk to them, like, hey, what's your name?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you feel me? But like sometimes I always think like, oh, I'm just doing this just because I just think it's the right thing to do. But then I'll go home and I'll be like, well, that's fine. You basically just tricked yourself into like doing something good. Like that's fine.
Yeah, if like I think a lot of people have they know like, yo, like this is the right thing to do. I should do this. Like I'm
even if like but I'm saying like it's even if like the passion's not really behind it, where it's like, yeah, I mean, like if you have millions of dollars and you're just like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna give to charity because I'm pretty sure that's what I should do. When it's like you don't give a fuck about that charity. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing. Because like,
there's good coming from it, but like where it's coming from, I guess that's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. But I think I asked you this question once because so I don't know, like I've asked this question to a lot of people and they thought I was weird for it. So if there was like a homeless guy, right?
Okay.
He was starving. He couldn't didn't have any food, and pretty much like he like dying from starvation, right?
Yeah.
So if you were in a situation like you're walking by, you see the guy, but you knew his past, you knew everything about him, like he's a criminal, felon, like all that, like murder, everything.
Okay.
And you're walking by him, and you see he's starving, but you know his past, you know everything about him. Are you feeding him?
So like, is he like still on that same shit?
I don't know. You just know, like his current situation. Like you don't know like what he's currently doing. All you know is his past and that he's starving right now. You don't know what he's gonna do tomorrow. You don't know what are you doing? Are you feeding him?
Damn, that's a good question.
It's tough, huh? Tough.
That's a really good question.
Me personally, I say you have to.
I'm leaning more towards like I'm gonna help dude out just because if I'm actually seeing somebody starving, it's gonna be really hard for me to turn a blind eye to that.
Okay, so I guess he's not starving. He's just hungry and homeless. Doesn't have food. Not starving, but like I said, all you know is he's hungry and you know his past.
And he's like committed murders and shit.
Yes, everything. Are you feeding him or are you just letting him be and just turning a blind eye to him and leaving?
It's really tough because I want to say like I'm like, nah, bro, I'm not helping him. But like it's like I don't know him. I don't know him from Adam. You feel me? I don't know him from Eve. So like I probably should be helping this cat out. I don't know, y'all. What do y'all think? Because that's tough. Because that makes me think of some shit where it's like if you. This is I don't know why I always take shit to the extreme, but I've always heard this one where it's like if you saw Hitler as a baby and you had the chance to kill him, would you kill him?
Absolutely not.
Right, and a lot of people say they would.
Right, so
they say they would kill baby Hitler because if you knew what he was going to become, they'd kill him.
But then also, if you knew what he was going to become, nurture him.
Damn, that's good shit right there.
So like.
I know. Why does it have to? Why does it have to,
so people would say, yeah, bro, like why wouldn't you kill him? Okay,
I think that's cool. See, it's dope. It's I always like talking to people like you or anybody really, just building the conversation because hearing you say that in turn brings me back to the first example of helping the homeless dude out. Yeah. With that kind of mindset, it's almost like hell yeah, no, help the homeless person out because if you give him that gesture of helping, who knows what that's going to do? That might change him. That might change his viewpoint completely. Right. But if people are just walking by him, he's probably going to have that hatred in his heart still. And then he's going to want to be on some malicious stuff. Right.
And it kind of goes back to my Christianity and beliefs. Like I'm going to be judged for what I did here. I'm not going to be judged for what you did. I'm going to be judged for what I did and how I affected.
I mean, it does sound nice, right? But then like
it's a hard decision because like if you know like bro was doing all that wild stuff, it's like what? Like you deserve something bad to happen. Like I get it.
But my question though is like, because you're saying like, oh, you're just being judged for what you do. So you see somebody in need, you're going to help them out, right? Yeah. But also, doesn't that go the other way too? Where if you're helping that person get back on their feet just so they can do some terrible stuff, aren't you part of the problem?
You don't know what he's. That's what.
You know his past though,
right? And that's kind of like bringing back to my belief stuff because God knows your past, but He forgives you. Right. So just because somebody did some wild stuff in their past, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, dog, like this is who this person. Like,
I don't know, bro. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, I
my
mean,
my problem my problem with religion sometimes is like I said, bro. It sounds nice.
Sounds sweet. Yeah.
It sounds nice, but it doesn't really work like that, bro.
For a lot of people, yes. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have that personal relationship, and nobody is perfect, so there's a lot of Christians who actually are like devout who will probably look at bro and be like, "I'm not helping. I get it."
Yeah, I mean that's why I say I respect you a lot because you hold yourself accountable. Like you always like the whole topic of like, well, in the Bible it says if you're gay, like you shouldn't be gay, right? But then it also says like don't judge somebody. That's like I like the fact that like that's how you be on that. Like you the one that told me that because I was like I don't understand. Like a lot of people would just be like, oh no, you're gay, that's wrong.
Right. Right.
And it's like, all right.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We definitely got to pull that though, because like I feel like, especially the baby Hitler one. Like I've heard that before.
Oh yeah, we as you guys already know, like we be making polls. We want to hear what y'all think, all that stuff. So we got a couple. Don't forget. You already know the most important poll, right? You feel me? Can this dude moonwalk? Can Aaron moonwalk? We gonna have to.
But I'm hoping it's a no.
It's not gonna be a no.
I really don't.
I'll make fake accounts and just vote yes. I don't care.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I can. Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. But we're gonna put that up and just hey, y'all know what to do. Go ahead and smash that yes button.
Yeah, I mean, if
y'all want to see that,
if it's yes, then sure. But yeah, I'm hoping y'all vote no for sure. I'm already know it's not gonna be a no, so I gotta get mentally prepared for that. Maybe gotta practice a little bit, but
yeah, no, I'm excited to see.
You gotta get a smooth surface because I'm not doing it on rough terrain. So,
well, I mean, I wouldn't expect you to just do it on carpet, right? Like that would be hard.
So, I mean, like you can do it on carpet. Like I can do it on carpet a little, but like I'm not doing it as smooth. Like if you get me on some tile, some hardwood, maybe some tile for sure. And the right size.
Like hardwood's even like better.
Yeah, no, it can get kind of dangerous if you're not too versed in it. Maybe slip a little bit, but
yeah, no, I can't hit that. I could hit some other shit though, but I can't do that.
But yeah, no, we definitely gotta. We're probably gonna have like 3 polls or so. But that baby Hitler one, like, would you
kill baby Hitler if you knew what he was gonna become,
right, or would you just nurture him? Like,
no, but see, I don't like the fact that you're trying to be like, nah, but you can nurture him.
You can though. Like that's the thing. Like for people who grow up in like tough backgrounds who become like these mass murderers or whatever they become, like a lot of them have very, very bad upbringings. So like I don't think it takes like a lot of people want to blame the parents.
So you would help Hitler if he was starving.
If he was like a baby? Like,
no. If he was like he did what he did.
Did I know what he was gonna do?
This is what I'm saying. He did what he did. He did the Holocaust. Holocaust is over. Fast forward a couple years. Now he's homeless, starving. Aaron, he's asking for help. Are you gonna help Hitler?
He probably wouldn't even give me a chance. I'm black, bro.
But you see what I'm saying though, bro.
Honestly,
it's the same question. That's why I'm interested because you know his past.
Am I giving him like a meal from Mickey D's? Probably not. But like, if I had like some cookies on me, I'd be like, hey, bro, take some of these cookies.
So why is it? See, I don't like that because in the example you gave me with the homeless guy, knowing his past, you were down to help this dude. But now that it's
I'm helping either way. I'm giving you food.
Mm-hmm. So you are gonna help him out.
I mean, my thing is like you can give somebody food and they'll eat for that day, but like if you're not actually gonna do like I forgot the saying. It's what give a homeless man a fish, he'll eat for a day, but teach him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So it's different. So if I give bruh. Say I gave him that meal from McDonald's for that day. Chances are he's probably just going to sit there and then not. He's probably going to just keep asking people for food, but he's not actually going to really do anything with that because you're not really teaching him anything. He's still going to be in that same situation. So I would help. Like I'm not going to see anybody. I don't want to see anybody eating because, like I said, not eating because, like I said, I'm going to be judged for my time here.
It doesn't matter. I hear you. It's like I said. It sounds nice, bro.
Yeah, it's
easier said than done. I feel like. For sure. And like I said, like I get that your viewpoint on it is like you're just helping somebody out in the moment. That's what you should do. But my thing is like if you help him out by giving him that meal and then he has enough energy to take over the world again, I would say that you're low key enabling that.
Right. I think that's where we disagree. So you're saying essentially.
I take it to the extreme. I understand, but
yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying the dude has no energy. Aaron comes along, being the nice guy that he is. You give Hitler food. Now Hitler's like,
he's saying, yeah, this Big Mac has me juiced. It's time now. I don't think anybody's getting juiced off a Big Mac and saying it's time now. Like
I'm just saying, you feel me? Like you don't know. Like maybe that gave him the energy to go, But then I got, like you said, we don't know. So all you're basing your point off of is just like somebody needs help, you're gonna help them.
If I had knowledge that he was gonna do some wild stuff after, like I was going to be enabling him to do something wild after, probably not. But like you don't know the future. Like you don't know the future. Mm-hmm. You don't know what he's gonna do.
Well, I would say you're the better man because I don't know. If I know all that stuff, I don't know if I'm gonna kill baby Hitler or not. Just because I don't think you should be killing babies like that.
Okay, but I can say what you know what he's gonna do, so you can stop literally the. I forgot what the word was for mass killing. But
genocide.
Yeah, you can stop the genocide of Jewish people by doing it.
Yeah, you can stop the genocide. You can stop the genocide of Jewish people by killing one person.
Yeah, so
I don't know. We should for sure make that poll because there's I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie Belko Experiment?
Yes.
I think that's such an interesting topic of will you kill 5 people so 20 people can live? Yeah. And like me, so this is do you want to get into that?
Yeah, we can get into that.
Because the episode's kind of like we wrapped it up with the whole spiritual religion thing. Like we're definitely gonna have more parts on it though.
Yeah, definitely gonna be a part 2 coming. Definitely want to guest on that. The part 2, like every part 2, pretty much want to guest
for sure. And yeah, if you guys have stuff to say, like let us know. If you guys have questions about anything that I said, you want to challenge my beliefs, you want to challenge Aaron's. Like I said, I'm still learning, so a lot of times when I'm saying the stuff I'm saying, it might not come out as clear cut or whatever as I'd like. But yeah, we want to hear you guys' thoughts on it, whatnot. You have anything to say before we?
No, just we're down for anything. So if when this comes out, and if you guys are rocking with what Raven was saying or rocking with what I was saying, we definitely read all the comments and we welcome all of them. So if you want to be on an episode, so part 2 or just anytime in the near future,
you know where to find us.
Yeah, just DM us.
Dumbest in the room pod at IG on IG.
Right.
You feel me? But yeah, so you wanna ask the I don't know if y'all have ever seen that movie, the Belko.
The Belko Experiment. I saw like damn near the first week it came out. I thought it was.
Oh, that shit was in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be. It wasn't bad, but like I thought it was gonna be better.
Oh, I thought it was. I mean, I just think the premise is so dope.
Oh yeah.
So anybody that doesn't know, you want to tell them how it is?
So the Belko Experiment, I think it was like 100 employees.
Yeah.
So it was in Cambodia or something.
It was in a different country.
Yeah. Sure. So they had like 100 Americans go work there.
Yep.
So there was more employees, but they weren't all Americans. There was only 100 Americans, and I guess the day came.
It was not like the embassy, obviously, but it was that was the American.
Yeah, that was
the American
location.
Location.
Yeah. So yeah, it was one building all by itself, super sus. I don't know why anybody wouldn't see that and be like, nah, this is not it.
For real.
So they had armed guards, everything. So there was one day that came where they were sending everybody home who wasn't American.
Yes.
So everybody, some people were being turned away, and the American employees were looking what's going on? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the guards were just making up some weird excuse. So it's no, it's all good, but you're coming in today. They're just going home because I guess there was a sickness that
it was something to do they were the only ones going to be at risk.
Yeah.
So there's just 100 Americans in the building working.
And then maybe a couple hours in, so it started a regular work day. A couple hours in, they had, over the intercom, dude was we're about to partake in an experiment. You have to kill 5 people in the next 20 or 30 minutes. If not, we're going to kill 10 people, but it's going to be at random because they put to work there, they put a chip in your head.
Yeah, the tracking.
Yeah, and they just said it was a tracker just to make sure if you got kidnapped or something, because it was in a
it was in
a bad place that we could find you, but it was really an explosive.
And prior to this, like Aaron said, the building is isolated.
Yeah.
But then before they even did that thing on the intercom, they shut down the building.
Yeah.
Freaking the walls came up.
Right.
And then you hear on the intercom in the next 2 hours or whatever, you must kill 5 employees. If not, we'll choose 10 or 20 people at random to kill. So that's basically what the movie is, and then it goes on and on until they get down to one employee. But the question is would you do that, right?
Yeah.
So would you kill
So you could.
Would you kill for the greater good, basically?
Right. Me personally, nah.
Yeah. So me personally, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. I'm not going to kill somebody.
Yeah,
that's just not how it is.
I just can't be the deciding factor. I don't.
However, what I would do though is like I'd volunteer to be killed though. Like if y'all want to kill me though, so we can because my thing is like like I'm not gonna kill somebody. That's just not how I get down. I just think that's.
I would hope it's not.
You feel me? You feel me? I'm like, unless it's baby Hitler, that boy getting I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. I don't even know if I'd kill baby Hitler or not, but probably like slap him or some shit. No, I was like, but yeah, I was saying like I couldn't kill somebody, but I'm okay with dying for the greater good. I don't really have a problem with that. And that goes back to my beliefs actually. I always tell people like I'm not really afraid to die. If that makes sense. Like I guarantee you on my deathbed I'll probably be like, nah, bro. Like I'm trying to stay here. But I always tell people like I'm not really too concerned with dying. Like if it happens tomorrow, if it happens in 80 years, I'm not really afraid of it because I know that there's something more after. Like I know I'm gonna be straight. To me, this is like the challenge, if you will. Like actually living on this life.
I think this is a test, and just to see how you. Back to my beliefs, just this is a test, and like how you live your life here and how you conduct yourself here determines where you spend eternity.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, but just going back to the movie, I'm like, yeah, no, like I wouldn't kill, but if y'all wanna, you feel me? Like if five of us have the same viewpoint as me, like I'm all for it.
I mean, for me, like like I would definitely because I don't want to see anybody be killed. So if somebody's like, because me, like I don't have like my own kids or wife or anything. So if somebody was like, yeah, like I got like kids on and stuff, like yeah. But like I'm me, like unless my like little tracker goes off, like you're not catching me, bro.
You gonna be cold with it?
I'm not gonna kill anybody, but like
you gonna defend yourself.
You're not catching me.
Like you're gonna defend yourself for sure.
Like if you try to like hurt me, yeah, but like if I see you, I'm too elusive for all that. You're not catching me. But yeah, I wouldn't kill anybody.
Hey, no, so I watched that movie with my brother, or with my sister and her husband, my brother-in-law. And like they were just like, "Hey Raven, like you got any good movie suggestions?" I was like, "Yeah, no, like Belko Experiment." So like we go and watch it, right? One of the like worst decisions ever because like it turned into a full ass argument by the end of the night because I was over there saying what I'm saying, right? I ain't gonna kill nobody. I'll sacrifice myself, whatever. My sister was on the same shit. Like my sister was like, "Yeah, no, like I'm not gonna kill anybody for like, it's not gonna do that." And then Lance, my sister's husband, like keep in mind, like they have a kid now, right?
Yeah.
Like my little nephew.
I get it. No, you think about your family before you do anything.
Lance was hot. Lance was hot. He was hella mad at my sister. Like he was like not hella mad, but like you feel me? Like just heated, right? And he was like,
you have a kid.
Yeah, he was like, nah. He was like, no, Heather, like no. Like you have to come home. Like you have to come home for Eli. Like you have to come home to Eli.
I get it.
You have to do that. And we were just laughing because it's just like so. He was just so adamant about it. But like I totally see what he's saying. Yeah. But like me personally, like
I can't do it.
Just can't do it.
I can't.
Maybe if I do have a kid, it'll be different. But even then, I'm still thinking like
I can't be the one because I think God's the only one who determines who lives and dies. So I can't take somebody's life.
Yeah, I just can't.
They have families too. Like I got a family, but they have families too.
Yeah, I just can't.
So if I'm responsible for somebody's mom and dad, and I come out and say, dog, like I get why. Like I get like people like, well, I got my own family. It's just like a kind of selfish.
Yeah, if everybody has that mindset, then we're all done.
Right, but
we need the people that are.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was just a side thing because like that's just I don't even know how that came up.
Yeah, you're just not catching me. See me moonwalking across the building. Yeah, bro. But that's pretty much it for the day, man.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. Yeah. Feel me? You can catch us on, like I said, Instagram, Dumbest in the Room Pod. We're gonna throw up some polls for y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatnot. Probably stay tuned for part 2, part 3. Next week though, we got a dope ass episode. Yeah. We're gonna bring somebody on, right?
Yeah, that's a plan. Definitely to have somebody on. We're not gonna tell you what the actual topic is or topics, but it should be a banger, I think.
And it's gonna be dope. I'm excited for sure because it's And it's a little different. It's a little different too.
Yeah.
Where it's like we've talked about some shit. We talked about racism, talked about religion.
Yeah.
This next one, like, I think you guys will like it.
Yeah. I think it'll be a real good episode. But like we said before, we appreciate all your guys' support and love for sure. We definitely weren't expecting as much love as we gotten this early. So we appreciate the support. We're gonna keep interacting with you guys with polls and things like that always welcome to your DMs and comments on our posts. Always willing to learn. So if you guys have something, like even if you disagree with us, let us know. We'd love to talk it out with you guys and even have you on sometime. So appreciate the love.
Yeah, no, we love you guys' feedback. So yep, that's pretty much it. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all.